Okay, hey guys. So I promised more battles. I thought I should bring you some while I have some spare time. I got two battles that I played quite recently. I've only played two battles, so I'm feeling quite happy with myself. I seem to have come back into the game strong. I'll start with this one. This one is on the Battle of Stonehenge, apparently. This doesn't look okay. I'm Baktria, he's Carthage. We'll just go through the lineups quickly. So, I have, I think, 3 units of thorax swordsmen who are sort of deployed, one on each flank, one in the centre. I've got 2 units of Baktrian Royal Guard. They're sort of like hoplites, but not really, because they don't have the hoplite formation. They're in the centre as well. I've got 2 units of Thorax Spears, which are both hiding behind the flanking thorax swordsmen. 3 units of Persian light archers, 3 units of light peltasts, 2 units of Hellenic cataphracts, and 2 units of Bactrian light horse. I've only recently got back into Rome Total War. I'm not really sure what the cost-effective units are, and I'm pretty much out of date. But anyway, we'll see what he's brought. He's brought 6 units of companion cavalry, companion rather than companion. He's playing as Carthage. He's got 3 units of late Libyan hoplites. That's not a high infantry corps. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of mercenary Cretan archers and 1 unit of general's bodyguard. So he's got quite a cavalry missile heavy army. While I'm summing up his army, or I was just sort of waiting here. See, my formation's quite dense. I like to keep my men in dense formations. It doesn't make sense for me to have low bracing power because I've thinly spread my hoplites like he has. He's got a line 4 men deep, whereas my men are 8 men deep. I like them to push through. You might know that from back when I was playing Rome Total War 1. I used to keep my men in dense formations because I felt like it just gave them a bit more weight and mass. I don't know if it actually contributes at all in this game. It sometimes feels like it does. Like sometimes they can push through the centre of the line quite quickly. Anyway, these companion cavalry are vicious. They're very, very tough, very hard to kill. Whereas I've got a good light cavalry contingent, which will help a lot because they'll be used for mopping up all these Cretans. And at the moment, they're sort of wandering around the woods. I keep thinking they're hidden. That's not hidden. This one is, but he wasn't hidden at the start. But really, they're just waiting. The Hellenic cataphracts will be good on the charge, but about only good on the charge. They won't stand a chance against companion cavalry in melee. But where I lack the ability to deal with the companion cavalry in melee, I have the ability to take them. Sorry, in the cavalry department, I have the ability to take them in the melee infantry. Now, this is where the strange move. I come in, harass his companion cavalry, and I think he just goes for a all-out frontal charge with some of his units. Like for here, he goes for my thorax swords. Yeah, no problem. And at this point, I say, fine. Let's bog down your infantry. And here he goes for my thorax swords as well. And if you just look, I did lose some men on the charge, and my archers here get messed up pretty bad, but he's losing companion cavalry. I sort of let my infantry do some chasing, but they've got no real worry of being flanked now because he's only got late Libyan hoplites. At this point, I block off his charge with these companions with a Hellenic cataphract unit, and you can see that he loses 10 men from it. Similarly, I start bringing this one round. I've routed off a couple of his companion straight away. My light cavalry is now coming in. As you can see from this side. I'm just having a look. I believe I pulled in 1 light cav unit. Somewhere. Oh, here we go. This is the one that's coming around the back. So I'm just going to slow it down to half time. So let's have a look at what's going on. The Baktrian Royal Guard not doing so great or hot against these mercenary companion cavalry, even when supported by 2 units, which is bizarre. They are getting attacked by archer fire, but they really shouldn't be having a problem. In the middle, I think one of my Libyan swords is struggling. Sorry, Libyan? Oh, I'm mixing everything up. 4-axe swords is struggling, but they've been supported by some cataphracts now. So that charge has decimated this companion cavalry under half. You can see here I've got my light cavalry now doing what I wanted them to do. They're in and out of these mercenary Cretan archers. And at the same time I've got enough 4-axe swordsmen to start charging his front line, while my spearmen hold up his cavalry. He committed his cavalry far too early, and you can see his cavalry is now a shell of the power it once was. My cataphracts, I decide to pull out of this long-term engagement. I don't want them there. I've got some Thuros spears now covering their place, and these mercenary companion cavalry, they'll do fine, but my Hellenic cataphracts are going to be free to attack his Cretan archers, which are my main issue at the moment. I have my Persian light archers. What you also missed is that my light peltasts were doing a lot of work there. They've got 38 kills. I know that doesn't seem too much, but against all they've been firing at is companion cavalry. So I keep saying companion. I know it probably doesn't sound anything like that, but it just stops me saying companion. Here my cataphracts do charge into some companion cavalry. I've got 49 kills and my cataphracts outnumber them but won't do amazingly well, but it's enough to bring their numbers down. They're the only real threat at this point. If I can decimate his core, it will be a lot easier. Here my 4-axe swordsmen are beating up his late Libyan hoplites quite nicely. He's got his general's bodyguard moving around. I do send off a Hellenic cataphract around here, but I think you'll see shortly that it does some stuff. So let's move back to full speed. Don't know why my Persian light archers charge in here. That's probably a micro mistake by me. But anyway, I get my Thuros spears in to fight, and these guys are being showered by javelins anyway, so maybe the Persian light archers will help. In the meantime, my Hellenic cataphracts are moving around the flank, as are these ones who've broken through again. So I just want to get rid of these Cretans. They're the last thing that are really a danger to me. And as you can see, the Hellenic cataphracts are pretty good at killing those Cretans. You can see here I'm now decisively winning with a pass-through cataphract charge. Let's have a look here. These late Libyan hoplites are being swamped. These light pelters have run out of ammo, but no problem. For some reason my Hellenic cataphracts start wavering here. I guess they have 5 men. But by this point I have 4-axe swordsmen and another unit of Hellenic cataphracts coming in to mop up. My light cavalry did a decent amount. They held up some cavalry before, and these Hellenic cataphracts now are fine. They will kill these mercenary Cretans, rout them off. His general's struggling. And that's the end of the bout, really. It was quite a clean fight. But I was quite happy with it. So, we'll move on to the next one, which is an alternative where I play as the Arevaci against Baktria. I didn't think this would be a great game for me, not only because the map was a terrible starting position up this hill, but also I just don't feel like the Arevaci are very well equipped to deal with elephants, and you can see that I am pretty ill equipped to deal with elephants. I've got 2 units of Balearic slingers, 3 units of Scutari spearmen, 4 units of noble fighters, which are extremely strong. The Scutari spearmen are my best chance, along with my 2 units of Iberian skirmishers, to deal with his elephants. They have anti-cavalry tactics, which will help a lot, and a bonus versus large. I do have a unit of noble cavalry as my general, and 2 units of Celt-Iberian cavalry on my... well, they were on my right, but I'm shifting them quickly over to the left flank, where I see he has some citizen cavalry. He has Indian armored elephants, which are scary. I don't want to fight them. He has, I believe, 4 units of thorax swordsmen, with a unit of Thuros spears on each side to help out, 3 units of Persian light archers, which I'm quick to engage with my Balearic slingers. I do feel like if you can concentrate your fire quickly enough, you can even the fight. It also has 2 units of Baktrian Royal Cav. So really, I'm stronger in the spearman department and maybe the missile department because I have skirmishers, but he has the cavalry advantage and elephants. My infantry is superior. Noble fighters are extremely good. But are they good enough to chew through thorax swordsmen without getting killed by elephants? Probably not. Anyway, let's just slow things down to have a look at everything. So, straight off from the bat, he's already harassing my noble fighters, which I'm not overly happy about. But my Balearic slingers are doing a good job clearing up these Persian light archers. On this flank, I've decided to engage his citizen cav. I did think I would win this fight. I think I was wrong. It's not a far off fight, but it's... Oh, he had Baktrian Royal Cav here. That's why I wasn't going to win this fight. That was stupid of me. I saw the Citizen Cav and was like, okay, Citizen Cav. Either way, noticing what's happening and seeing that I can go for a quick response charge, I've got enough spearmen on my flank, I think, to defend against this Baktrian Royal Cav. I divert my Noble Cav into the fight here to try and decisively win it. That doesn't overly play very well. On the right flank, I decide... sod it, we're going to go for an aggressive attack. I need to be engaging his infantry as quickly as possible to make the most of it. These noble fighters, I put them into frenzy just about now. Yep. And you can see that they're going to just get a nice charge in. Do quite a lot of damage to those thorough spears, but unfortunately... Now, here's where the problem starts. He starts getting his units into mine. I have some spears that are willing to throw themselves into this Baktrian Royal Cav, but you'll see I do take a lot of damage from these Baktrian Royal Cav, and I'm a bit slow to react with the Scutari Spearmen. As the main infantry fight engages, we start winning over here after one of my units routs. He brings in Spearman units as support. I managed to get rid of one of the Citizen Cav, but his Baktrian Royal Cav is still fighting strong. Understood! Let's slow things down again because we need to. Over here, Baktrian Royal Cav running through my flanks in riot. Although I am bringing them down with spearmen, so it's not a disaster. Disaster. Over here, he's sort of not got his Indian elephants into the flank, which is, thank goodness, for the moment. The Baktrian Royal Cav are dying here, which is quite nice. I'm not really winning on the left. My general's in trouble because of these Thuros spears. And his Baktrian Royal Cav are doing fine, and my Celtiberian Cav seem relatively happy to sit around and not do much. Baktrian Royal Cav are just faffing around. At this point, I see his elephants and I'm panicking. I need to get in my Scutari Spearmen, and I need to get my skirmishers doing damage rather than throwing missiles where they are. They're on fire ammo, so I'm trying to get them to set these Indian elephants now amok. But Scutari Spearmen are in, and they've got anti-cavalry tactics on, so they should hold the Indian army and elephants long enough for my infantry to do some damage. So, let's just look on the left flank. Now I've got a pointless cavalry fight where his cavalry have almost routed, and my cavalry are fighting on against spearmen, which I don't notice. My spearmen in the centre are not doing great, they're wavering, and that's not good news. But I am getting a lot of skirmisher fire onto these elephants now, which means they are down to half health. My infantry didn't do amazingly, but they did well enough to hold them off to get some kills on those elephants, and shortly you're going to see... I mean, my swordsmen are failing in the middle now because of those elephants doing so much damage. But you see I get another unit of spearmen in. On the right, things are going very well. My swordsmen have had the ability to, and spearmen combined, have got rid of the Baktrian Royal Cav, and the noble fighters are now chewing through their infantry. I still have my Balearic slingers firing onto things, although my infantry in the centre, or I guess left, has routed. These Indian elephants are now out of control. They're out of the battle for as far as I'm concerned, and I'm bringing out my noble Cav to take out his Persian light archers. I figured my Celtiberian Cav, as a cavalry unit, have pretty good armour. They've not got the greatest attack, but they've got good armour, so I figured let's let them die to some Thuros spears long enough for me to just mop up the rest of his army. So his Indian elephants are out of control, and because of it his swordsmen are sort of getting trampled a little. But his swordsmen have won at this point. And unfortunately, his elephants are still going out of control into my Balearic slingers, although they do just go straight through them. So at this point I have free control to wipe out his archers, which is a key thing because I need them dead, because I need the missile superiority to win this fight. I am outnumbered, I think. It's difficult to tell in this mesh. But with these reinforcements coming in, I am outnumbered, especially with these spearmen when they come. The Celto-Iberian cav did fine. I've actually pulled them out now. They're absolutely fine. They're a bit tired, but that's okay. It's a bit of a mess over here. You can see some of my units. One of my noble fighters who's done extremely well is just not going to last the fight, which leaves one unit of noble fighters and a unit of Scutari spearmen. But luckily, here come the cavalry. I have 2 units of cavalry coming in to deliver the decisive blow. Meanwhile, all my archers have been putting, and Balearic slingers, skirmishers are putting flanking shots into their infantry, and you can see that at this point, the cavalry charge just does enough to tip them over the edge and send them off the battlefield. At this point, the game is won, and I'm feeling pretty happy about it. 2 good games I was quite pleased with. I haven't played Rome Total War 2 in a long time, but I seem to not be terrible at it yet. So that's good. You can see here that really it was my Balearic slingers and my noble fighters that did the damage. On his side, the elephants did a decent amount, but his swords did actually pretty well. I mean, one of them had 442 kills. That's not to be underestimated. That's more than my noble fighters. My Iberian skirmishers, bit of a letdown, I guess. If they were focusing elephants, that might explain why they're low kills. But this is why I was kind of sort of worried about the Indian elephants, is because the Iberians don't have the skirmishers to really deal with it. If we go look at custom battle and go look at the Arevaci, you can see they have 1 unit of Iberian skirmishers and they're not that great. They've got a, they're okay, but they're not bad. But they're not great either. Their infantry are pretty strong though. That was the advantage, and their Scutari spearmen were very useful. A noble cav is always strong, so I thought it was a fun battle. But anyway, that's me done for Rome Total War at the moment. I guess stay safe, and hopefully you shall hear some stuff from me next time.